Hi all, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing something that's a little bit different. Obviously you've seen all of the Mage Tower visual help guides and stuff like that. But I do want to try some arena ones. Now, this is to help me as well as it is to help you because I get to see my mistakes. I get to see, what I could have done better and stuff like that. And it helps just knowing sort of how matchups play out in full time. And I'll sort of be giving reasons as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it and stuff like that. So this isn't high. Some people might not think it's high. Some people might think it's high. It's around 1800 MMR, around that. So definitely could be a lot higher, but definitely could be a lot lower. It's I just play for fun. I don't really want to push into nice, but I play for the enjoyment of it because PvP is what I enjoy most in WoW. So let's get straight into it. The talents I'm running are, if I go back just a tiny bit, you can see it very early on. So you can see it there. It's very quick. So Nature's Balance, Wild Charge, Guardian Affinity, Mass Entanglement, Incarn, Twin Moons, and Fury. And then the PvP talents are Thorns, and then the normal Alchem Frenzy, and the Aura that gives you crit. So it's a melee cleave. There's a lot of melee cleaves going about right now. There's a lot of melee cleaves going about right now. So it's usually warrior and something else, but it can be any sort of melee cleave. It's usually warrior paladin, to be honest. So here we just decide that we want to kill the warrior because the Death Knight is not going to be the target for us. He has anti-magic shell and stuff like that. So I start off, they're going my shaman, I root beam the healer immediately, and I just pop the Incarn Convoke because it gives me a lot of pressure to start off with, and we got a lot of their cooldowns out, plus the Priest Trinket. So warrior obviously pops. My shaman lassos, and I knew that he was going to trinket, so I instantly started to go with the clone. He didn't have spell reflect for it, so it's nice and easy to go for it. Here, he's still in his burst, so I'm just hopping into bear form, tanking. It's no real big deal. Easily CC him off here, and I did it perfectly as the DR comes off, which it wasn't my intention. I just wanted him off of me, like while the spear is off. Easy kite on the warrior. He's not really dangerous to a druid when he doesn't have cooldowns at all. It's just very easy to kite him and get out of the situation. So here I just press convoke because they're putting a lot of pressure on my shaman. I press convoke just to try and provide some counter pressure. Convoke isn't the best as obviously it's not targeted at certain people. It's very random, as we all know. But go for the root beam into the clone here because it's nice and easy. The priest does get a pain suppression off, which is my bad. I should have been cloning a lot earlier, or I shouldn't have tried to overlap it or get it to perfection. If he didn't have pain suppression, he might have died there, to be honest, as he didn't have Die by the Sword backup. So just looking to kite at the moment. They're switching me. This is really good because it gives my shaman quite a bit of freedom. I run into the Death Knight purposefully so that I can mass entangle them here because, well, you only want one hitting you. Bop, obviously really nice. It prevents any sort of damage coming through from the Death Knight and the Warrior with the mind games going off. So nice and easy. We're not really in any trouble here, and I didn't have to use anything too, expensive or crazy. Here, again, I convoke to put some pressure out. I got the clone on the healer, so nice and easy to do so. Straight into the root beam, trinket from both warrior and the priest, which is really nice, and rapture. So we know we're not going to kill anything, but we know that it's, we've won that. We've got their cooldowns out of them here. That's a nice blind to get the warrior off of me on the Stormbolt. And now they're looking to set up on our shaman. So instantly looking for the CC and how to peel for my shaman. This can be in multitude of ways. Running Incap Raw, Thorns, Heal, Clone, Mass Root, stuff like that. So you see the Mass Root going out here. I'm telling him to kite and I'm just off healing him as well because, our not priest, our Pala was being pressured in terms of CC. So our Pala's switching sides here, and I'm just looking to basically clone anything that's off DR. As you can see, all of them are just on clone DR right now. Uh, Again, look to just put some pressure out with the Convoke because they've just like pressed stuff. So counter pressure is when they're most vulnerable to dying. I do mess up there. I accidentally put the Fury of Elune on the Priest and root beam him, so it breaks the root beam, which honestly could have cost us the game because this was our go and we could have gotten a lot more things from the warrior if that Fury of Elune did not break it. Here, just looking for full CC on whatever I can. Priest is lovely because still not got no trinket. We got a full melee and a root beam. We think about switching to the priest here, but obviously radiance. And now we're just looking to see what we can. It's a mana race at this point. We're looking at both our healer's mana and their priest's mana, and we're thinking, okay, we just got to put out as much sort of pressure as we can. So stunned, no need to do anything with this. I'm not sort of worried. The Hodge on the healer's nice. I'm going to clone out of that and or try to. Obviously, there's no kick for my priest now. They're looking to switch to my or Pala, sorry, and which isn't a great idea considering our paladin has bubble and they're leaving 2 casters free. They do get the divine shield out of our paladin though, but full root beam. We get the trinket rapture again, and the trinket from the warrior, which is really nice. The warrior trinketed to go aggressive, I believe. Here, the double fear is huge. It puts a lot of pressure on us. And I give my paladin Stampede and Roar to try and kite. Here, we're just constantly trying to peel for our paladin heals for me. And then we're just looking to CC, push back anything that we can. Again, nice cloning on the warrior. Warrior didn't have spell reflect. Warrior didn't have trinket, so nice and easy. We get the mass root and our paladin gets away, which is really nice. We get a lot of space for our paladin here. So they're looking to switch me. I go in bear form immediately, I would imagine. Yep. Just nice frenzy regen. Get that off early while our paladin is drinking. Now we're winning on the mana. Full hex from the shaman, which is huge. And here they missed the spear. That's huge because it would have locked one of us down. I know that I've got damage with Convoke. I just need an opening. I did fuck up there as well. I didn't root beam the paladin. I rooted the warrior and then went to root beam the priest, but forgot that I literally just used the mass entanglement on the warrior to get him off of me. Still got a full clone. That's very lucky. I'm trying to just sort of get away and put out as much pressure as I can right now because their priest is pretty much Double the sword is active at full HP. We're not killing him. Nothing was really pressed in this go as well, which is really good. So just looking to kite, get as much sort of downtime or make the warrior have as least amount of uptime on me as possible. So they switch to the shaman, obviously the less mobile target, and we just sort of send it on the warrior. The warrior has pop, so the shaman can't move anyway, so I can't mass entangle them away or anything like that. And I do want to save the mass entanglement and the convoke for the priest, obviously. But warrior's just going to flop over here because lack of mana. So root beam on the healer, and then I'll probably clone off of it, yeah. Warrior dies just through damage from my shaman alone. I had the follow-up CC. I learned from my mistake earlier that time. I was going for the Cyclone immediately rather than the Convoke. So, not bad melee cleave fight, but can be a lot cleaner in a lot more areas. The next one is a bit different. It's sort of a caster and physical damage. So, Beast Mastery Hunters I have a lot of trouble with, as well as Warlocks at the moment for my Boomkin. Mainly because the Warlocks are so tanky and the Beast Mastery Hunters are very durable when it comes to casters because they have so many pets and stuff, so my Convoke just hits them. So this one was a bit tough because it's very much playing your opportunities quite well. Here, awful. I should have realised that the Warlock had a kick. I should have seen the Grimoire and it shouldn't have happened. I saw the shear and the counter shot go out and I thought, okay, I'm lining this Warlock. I should be fine. Here is a big point in the fight. We get Deter, which is Turtle, and the Revive Pet, obviously. Trinket as well, which is huge. The Hunter's obviously pushing in for some CC. I realised this, so I put pressure out on him. So it makes him think, or makes him a bit worried in terms of where he is. Here, I should have, instead of going for the clone, I should have went bear, charged in, and in-cap roared both the Warlock and the Shaman to guarantee the clone on the Shaman. Here again, they have Earth Ellie pressure out, so we're just looking to chill for a bit. We're kind of waiting for the Earth Ellie to die out before we do anything sort of rash. Again, just decursing. That's what you're seeing when I hover over the frames. Decursing, healing up with regrowth and stuff like that. I should be innovating my healer here, to be honest. I really should be. Especially when the Earth Ellie's out, because we get a lot of free casts during that. Again, Hunter is still our target because Warlock doesn't die with Dark Pact, and Hunter doesn't have Turtle at the moment. We're just looking to put pressure on his pet, kill the pet, because his pet management was very poor, and we realised this. So we killed the pet here, and then we just push in on top of them. He doesn't have Turtle, he doesn't have anything. That's all we're looking to do, just put pressure on the Hunter now. So they technically have 1 DPS in the Warlock at the moment, and this is why we're getting super aggressive. This is the call, just go super aggressive, make sure that he can't res this pet. So we all make the same mistake of running around the same way. We should be splitting off a bit, at least one person around the other side. But again, we're doing everything we can to just stop, CC the other two, and yeah, kill this Hunter. Grounding, annoying as hell, but what can you do? I stop this one, I'm communicating, I can't stop the next, or I can with Solar Beam, but I ideally want the Shaman beamed, to be honest. Here was very scary. I actually dropped very low and should have went in bear form. I should be noticing my debuffs a lot more so at the moment, because Death Bolt really can hurt like that. Here, couldn't stop it, so just get out, and I Stampede and Rorus away, because we want to retreat after he's got his pets back, as he's got damage again. So this is very much, we're back to Route 1, and we just want to relax a bit. Here is very nice. We're just, it's literally just a PvE fest at the moment. Sack on me was good, and my healer's calling that they want to top themselves up. So I just play it safe. I hug the pillar, and I just start topping myself up as well. I just line the Druid or the Hunter and Warlock, nice and easy. And I hop over to the other pillar and just start healing my Shaman, because we want to... I know that the Hunter's popped a little bit more again. The Warlock wants to go aggressive, or at least put out some more damage. So I'm just sort of taking as less damage as I can, because we are losing on the mana front. Here, I leap in very aggressively to try and get a push out, as they can't punish me that much. And it relieves a lot of pressure on my Shaman at the moment. Here, I got low, but we still had Saved by the Light and my Well-Honed Instincts, I believe. Yeah, I believe my Well-Honed Instincts just came off cooldown, actually. So, it's not the best move to go that aggressive without sort of telling my team to follow up with me. Here, we know that we can get aggressive. We're on a very good side of the pillar, and the Shaman is obviously full beamed. Pop the Incarn Convoke. It doesn't get kicked because I lined the Warlock. Shaman can't ground it as he's in a clone. He could have Trinket grounded, in which case he would have survived, and that's what he should have done, in all honesty. The Shaman should Trinket ground there, because if they've got no kick and the Warlock can't kick it, then honestly, the amount of damage that I'm outputting with that Convoke is insane. But again, the Warlock's probably saying, I can kick this, and stuff like that. So you got to trust the calls of your teammates. But I don't know, sometimes you just got to overlap stuff. Here, I just bark skin, because there is a potential where I can still die due to Death Bolt or whatever. So any damage reduction is nice. I want to keep on top of it in terms of my HP. They gate away. They don't want to be anywhere near us. They want to try and look for our Paladin. But we're just... we know what their win condition is in Death Bolt and dots and stuff like that. So we're just playing it safe at the moment. We're not trying to, go crazy. Here, he pops the Rapture or his Misery or whatever, Dark Soul. We just CC him on it. He trinkets an Incap Rule, which is huge, by the way, because we just look to CC him out of it. Just lining him on the entire thing. Shaman kicks him on Unended Resolve. It's over. He gives it after that. Yeah, that was their one go. So it's something. It's very much something playing a caster cleave at the moment, because melee cleaves are so all over the place. A lot of caster cleaves don't really have Boomkin Shaman. It's very much Warlock Mage or it's a lot of priest, mage, priest, warlocks. It's a lot of warlocks, I'd say. It's something that's very tankier. Boomkins are very passively tanky, but elemental shamans playing with them is very tough because they aren't as durable. They only have sort of one defensive, and then that's it. That's their kit pretty much. Their main defense is sort of being Maldraxxus, which is not the best, we'll say. But I hope this helped you out. It's just a sort of guide onto how to deal with sort of certain comps against melee cleaves, my sort of thought processes and stuff like that. But thank you all very much for watching as always. Go a Valor friend. Goodbye all.